Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Rangers transfer special here on the Rangers Review. I'm delighted to say we're joined by Marvin, all the way from Germany. He fronts up the hugely popular Frankfurt podcast, Fußball 2000. Marvin, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's really a pleasure. And greetings to Scotland, my friends. We had a match last year. It was an awesome match.
We don't like to talk about it.
No problem, no problem. But for us, the feelings we had with you guys, you're so friendly, and we hope we will see each other soon again internationally. So I'm really
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yeah, I've got to say, that the atmosphere amongst both sets of fans in Seville last year was tremendous. It was absolutely fantastic. It's a shame the result that went the way it did, but I think it was a gripping final, and you boys just emerged victorious, unfortunately. But I think friends were made over there in Spain last year,
Definitely.
Marvin. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
So
was awesome, and so many friends were made, and yeah, maybe we will have the chance to be back. Maybe at your stadium, it would be awesome. Yeah, and then hey, if we lose, no problem. Just get to meet you guys would be awesome too. So
yeah,
let's see.
fantastic. Good stuff. So we've got you on, Marvin, because, of course, Rangers have signed Sam Lammers from Atalanta, the Dutch striker, on a 4-year deal. He spent time on loan with you guys
Yes.
during that season, of course, 2021 to 22. So we're interested to get a bit of an insight into what the Rangers fans can expect from him. In terms of his time at Frankfurt, how did he get on?
For us, I gotta say, he came with a lot of big hopes because we didn't have clear strikers back then, and he seemed to be one of the guys. You heard a lot of him because at Eindhoven he was there at the beginning, and that should be someone worth looking into. Then at Herenveen, it really looked very well like he played. He didn't perform at Atalanta that much, also due to injury. But we thought, hey, he's young enough, he could adapt, and he could be someone we really need. Actually, it didn't work out that well because the time he spent here had some minor injuries, but he also every time he was at the field, I have to say that he didn't really get the ball into the goal. So it's really kind of a problem because he lost his striker ability, and this was something I didn't. You couldn't understand because he was so often near a goal. He was so often near being the one who was important to score a goal, but it didn't work out. So it's really he's got all the talent because he moved in a special way, and he is really someone who in his prime, in his best time, if he's ready, and if the head is ready, and this is the important thing, the head needs to be ready, because we felt that at the beginning he got some chances and he didn't make it, and he didn't wasn't able to score the goal, and then we felt that his head wasn't clear enough, and this is a big part. If his head is clear, and last time the last club, it didn't work out that well too, so it's kind of a special thing. If you think you guys get him straight, then it'll work out because he's capable of things. That's not the problem.
Yeah. Do you think it's maybe a confidence issue, Marvin, when he was at Frankfurt? And
Yes.
I think he spent time on loan, of course, at Empoli and Sampdoria. His goal record isn't the greatest. Do you think it's in his head, like you said, it's a confidence issue more than the talent that he's got?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about the confidence. The talent he has, it's without a doubt. You see it on the pitch. You see it when he's training. When he's training, he scores like a million goals. That's not the problem because he moves in a certain way. But he has to get that confidence, and the confidence needs to come from the coach. The coach has to say, "Well, you're my guy. You're the guy I'm rooting for." And at Eintracht Frankfurt, it was kind of a tricky situation because the chances he got, he didn't score. And after that, you had persons who came behind him and then were in front of him. And then it was really tough for him because he only got a few minutes of the game, like the last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes. And then he had 2 or 3 chances where he didn't score. And then the head situation really played in the total thing. And this is really a bad thing because the thing is that you totally see that he is able to do it, but he has to have it in his mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the whole thing with Sam Lammers. And he's really a friendly guy. He's really someone who is in contact with all the fans, who really wants the connection. He's not someone that says, well, there's another club, I get my money.
Yeah.
That should. He's really someone who wants to be involved in a club. So that's really a positive thing.
Yeah, interesting. And his best position, Marvin, can he play across a number of positions, or is he an out-and-out striker, do you think?
I would say he's no striker. That's pretty much it. He is diverse in a way, so he really is someone who also is not only the guy who makes the goals, but also the one who prepares so others people doing making the goals. But I would say if he's straightforward, that's the best thing for him in order to be in a functional system. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's it's more German than English. So
And I was going to ask as well. I mean, when you left Frankfurt, what was the feeling amongst the supporters? Were they sad to see him go, or did they feel that he didn't do enough for the club to perhaps sign him permanently?
Honestly, it was kind of a situation where you had the feeling amongst fans that you said, well, there goes a chance we had, and somehow it didn't work out. It was really kind of a sad feeling because he was a good guy. He was always a good guy. He really got in touch with fans, and you really had the feeling at some players, okay, they go because they want to make money elsewhere. It doesn't matter. But there was a feeling like, if we would have worked harder and if our coach would have worked harder with him, if it could have worked out, because he just was there on loan, and there was not too much on him, on his shoulders, but he didn't have it in his mind. This is really kind of if you're too conflicted, it doesn't work out. And it's really kind of a tough situation because like you at Rangers, it's always the same, because there's so many fans and so many people who watch you. I don't know, 30,000 people in the stadium. And that gives people or players a confidence boost, but also can conflict them. And he's the one who rather was conflicted in that when it doesn't work out. So it's really kind of a situation there.
Yeah, interesting. I was going to ask as well, I mean, £3.5 million is a fee being reported. Do you think that's a fair price for him, Marvin, or is he going to have a bit of pressure living up to that price tag, do you think?
I think it's a bit too much, actually. I mean, he's still young, 26 old. That's not too much, and he's got the international background and stuff. But I would say that if it comes around 2.5, that's pretty much all it should be. It shouldn't be much higher, because he didn't really score that well at Empoli. The positive thing is he played a lot at Empoli, but there is a kind of a negative to it, because they were relegated. So that's kind of something that is in his head. That's not going to happen at Rangers, because it's always up on top. So that's really cool. But I wouldn't go that far. Just 2.5. That should be enough for me, actually.
Yeah, interesting. And just a word on Frankfurt, Marvin, while you're with us. How did you boys do last season? I know you did pretty reasonably well in the Champions League. I think you finished 7th in the Bundesliga last season. Was it a good season for you boys?
It was a perfectly cool season, because no one expected us to be anywhere or going to the next round of the Champions League, and we did. It was our very first time in the Champions League, so we just had a lot of fun, and we tried to get cool with everybody. And reaching the next round of the Champions League was awesome. Then we lost to Napoli, who are they're killers, they're a whole different kind of animal. So in the Bundesliga, we finished a little bit lucky at number 7. That brings us to Conference League next year. So it's really cool that we're still playing international. We lost at the cup final against RB Leipzig, which is kind of a big downer for us, because RB Leipzig is one of these sponsored big clubs who buy every good player, and Red Bull, that's the drink, and we're not too cool with that. We're having a kind of a struggle with that, but we lost. Maybe we'll win next time. But again, being in a finale, one year after winning the Europa League, it's perfect. So the season was really good. We're going international next year again. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we wish you all the best, Marvin. It's been brilliant having you on. Thank you for that insight into Sam Lammers. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Have a good time and see you soon, my friend.